If Obama's supposed to represent a post-racial America, why are liberals like Chris Mtthews still stuck on the color of Barack Obama's skin? Simple question, right? I mean, is the reason why Chris Mtthews has that tingle up his leg for Barack Obama's because maybe in Chris Mtthews' eyes that Barack Obama isn't, quote, authentically black? Quote, liberal Al Sharpton. Or maybe because Barack Obama is, quote, the magic Negro. Quote, David Erskine in the Los Angeles Times, 2007. Or maybe because Barack Obama is a mainstream African American that is clean, good old clean, and articulate. Quote, his vice president, liberal Joe Biden. Or maybe, just maybe, because Barack Obama is light skinned and doesn't have that pesky, bothersome Negro dialect, as quoted by Majority Senate Leader, liberal Harry Reid. Sense a pattern forming here? I forgot that I was watching a black guy last night. Well, for Chris Mtthews to say something like that, I guess he must believe that maybe Barack Obama was, quote, not black, or quote, was just right. He was just white enough. Just white enough for him to get that tingle up his leg. See, the funny thing is that most people who actually tuned in to watch it, I mean, other people were probably watching reruns of Dances with the Stars or American Idol or something. The other half, people were probably sleeping. But for those who tortured themselves to watch the lies after lies after lies after lies, they weren't focused on that Barack Obama was black. They were focused on what he was saying and just trying to count how many lies he was issuing. But But then there's Chris Mtthews, too busy focusing on this and not focus on what he was saying. Could care less. Oh, because I forgot I was watching a black guy last night. Well, Chris, the historic aspect, the whole historic thing has been done. As I said before, Dr. King believed that a person should be judged by the content of the character, not the color of the skin. So most people weren't focusing on skin. He was. See, this is the same Chris Mtthews, the same stuck on race, stuck on stupid, that works for MSNBC. And I called it the, quote, racial screw-ups of MSNBC for the last few years. The same MSNBC last year that hid the identity of a black guy carrying an AK-47 to an Obama healthcare rally, and then tried to make it think that it was a bunch of white right-wing yahoos that wanted to do harm to Obama. The same MSNBC that made an issue about the racial aspect of those who showed up for the Sarah Palin book rallies. Oh my God, they're white. Oh no, I can't have that. This is the same MSNBC that is owned by General Electric, which owns NBC, which owns the show Dateline, that a few years ago planted Muslims at a NASCAR race, trying to invoke the fans of NASCAR to, quote, attack them or something so they could try to frame them as being a bunch of racists. Those NASCAR racist fans that live in the South. Can't have that. Dateline had egg on his face when their plot was exposed and no one took their bait. Barack Obama is supposed to represent a post-racial America, yet the people that seem to have a problem with letting go of race are liberals. People who have a problem with Barack Obama right now have a problem with him for one reason. It's not because he's black, it's because of his policies are dangerous for America. The Tea Party activists have every right to disagree with Barack Obama. Pretty much anybody has the right to disagree with Barack Obama. For 8 years, people disagreed vehemently with George W. Bush, but nobody called them a racist. So if you can disagree with George W. Bush for 8 years, why the hell you can't disagree with Barack Obama for a year or more, or whatever? Because Barack Obama, you're supposed to pretty much be subservient to Barack Obama's ideology and whims because of the color of his skin? That's insane. That's insanity. But then again, liberal ideology is insanity, so there you go. I forgot I was watching a black guy last night. He had a State of the Union address. Maybe Chris Mtthews should focus more so on Barack Obama and focus more on what's morally important. You have 10% unemployment. Real figures around, 17%. You have a country right now is about $12 trillion in debt. We have millions of people unemployed. Millions of people have lost their homes. People are maxed out on their credit cards and are drowning in debt. Their cars are being repossessed. Students are graduating from college, can't even find a job because the job market is as bad as it's been in the last 25 to 30 years. And while people are focusing on the real issues that are facing them, the real hardships that are facing them right now in America right now, Chris Mtthews is focused on something as superficial as the, quote, color of a person's skin. But then again, liberals are very shallow people anyways, aren't they? So, to Chris Mtthews and people who share Chris Mtthews thinking, get over your SOB, your SOR, whatever. Stuck on black and stuck on race. Barack Obama is black. Everyone else has accepted it. It was never an issue. How about you try to catch up with the rest of us?